how do I create a covenantal relationship? Number one, you have faith in the leaders. Faith in the leaders. So when you go to sleep at night, you go, oh yeah, this person, I feel secure because this person's leading. The second thing, this is a biggie for me. That a manager cares deeply about me and my work. And what makes me crazy is when people communicate this and the actions are not anything like that. When I ask 60-year-olds, write down the initials of somebody where you had a covenantal relationship that you knew cared more about your career than you cared about your career. 60-year-olds will write down 3 names, maybe 4. I ask 40-year-olds. They typically can write down maybe 2. When I ask 30-year-olds, many of them look at me and they go, I don't know what you're talking about. And so what my generation has done is we've rationalized our behavior and we've said, oh, these millennials, oh, can you believe them? They want to be coddled. They want a personal life. What is it with them? And what it is, it's a way to let older generations off the hook. So we blame the generation because all they want is the same thing that I got. That's all they want. They want to know that somebody cares deeply about them and their work. This is pretty simple stuff and very hard. And the third dimension down there is am I growing and am I developing as in my career? Teresa Amabile wrote a book called The Progress Principle. The Progress Principle, meaning we go crazy if we don't feel like we're making any progress. Even baby steps are better. But when we feel like we're not making any, that's when we start to panic. Okay. Now, economically, why is this important? Now we can go to the next line, Chris. There's a high correlation between high performance. Let's go to the next. There's a very high correlation between retention because this is like a family. We're hopefully we're honest with each other. There's some connection there. And so now this is what happens. It's interesting is that Alex joins Tom's consulting firm. I don't have one, by the way. And Alex says, oh, Tom's great. This is awesome. And he's really committed. He has a covenantal relationship with Tom, and I get really overwhelmed and we hire more people. And I say that I care about Alex, but I haven't really talked to him in a year. I try to pass him off. I want to delegate the connection piece. Yeah, try that in a marriage. Delegate the connection piece. Oh, that really helps. It really, no, really. I'm being sarcastic, as you well know. So what happens is that over time, Alex goes, wait a second, and he starts to drift. And over time, his covenantal relationship turns into a contractual relationship. The difference, I show up to work, head, heart, and soul. I show up to work with my head and not my heart and soul. Now, what's the correlation between contractual and high performance? There's no correlation. But interestingly, and I think every one of you have experienced this, or you have someone reporting to you that is experiencing this. There is a mild correlation between contractual and retention. Meaning that there's people in your organization that, where you don't know what to do with them, and they don't know what to do with themselves. So they start to spend an inordinate amount of time trying to look busy. Or second, grabbing for credit where credit isn't due. That's scary stuff. And a manager, Tom says, oh, geez, what am I going to do with Alex? Maybe he was just a bad hire. I just better call Spencer Stewart, or I'll call Korn Ferry and they'll fix it. Oh, really? Yeah. By the way, yeah, get into the the headhunting business, because overwhelmed managers are going outside as opposed to saying, what can I do to get Alex back on board? But Tom would say, well, I just don't have the time and energy, and I feel guilty for letting him go, letting him fall. Huge, huge. So that's the challenge. So what am I suggesting? Figuring out, what do I need to do or be like to have a covenantal relationship with folks? Do I have the energy? I worry, by the way, that many of us say, well, I need to be promoted and I need to move my life forward and I need to make more money. So I guess I want to be a leader. Well, really? Really? I got burned trying to do that at Morgan Stanley. And I realized at the end of the day, I wanted to be a contributor, a sole contributor. I wanted to be a technical expert and be a teacher and a researcher, as opposed to saying, well, the only way I'm going to be significant at Morgan Stanley is if I move. Well, I came in laterally, so I was crazy. It was crazy. But just need to think about how might we reward people and not make them feel like you better be good at this. Okay, we're going to see a video right now.